have a vehicle that reaches an overwhelming majority of black folks in America. And the story of what you stand for and who you are and the community from which you come needs to be explained and told, because sometimes we hold on to our prejudices, we hold on to our biases out of pure lack of information. My mama used to say, if you know better, you do better. And so I called him and told him that I had really fallen in love with one of the young actors. I think Billy might have thought I was calling to tell him I wanted to give him an award and recognize him. So he listened all intently, okay, after I filled it all up. And I said, it's a young man that went to Howard University, and I'm very partial to Howard University since we have a Cathy Hughes School of Communications at Howard University. And this young man is blowing me away because I also watched the evolution and the development of a talent in his same area of expertise by the name of Debbie Allen. When I met Debbie Allen, she was still a teenager. And you could see in her what the future was going to be. Ryan Jamal Swain, would you stand up so that everyone can greet you? He is our honoree in the category of Represent Change and Pride. Such an important role you play. I'm so proud of you at your age. I wish I had your wisdom, and I sure in heck wish I had your talent when I was your age. But Billy Porter is going to be with us on December 5th at the MGM to present Ryan Jamal Swain, and I'm sure that a lot of folks from Howard are going to be there also. To tell you more about our program, I know Shemai, I'm going. Okay, you ready? You want? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, but my boss on this event. One of the things that Alfred and I both have tried to do over the years is open doors, not just for people of color. We are unapologetically in the black folks business. But within the black folks business, there's still an issue of black women being in charge. And when we in charge, we get different adjectives. We're brass, okay? We're stern, we're mean, okay? No, we're effective. That's what we are. One of the most effective executives I've ever had the pleasure to work with is Michelle Rice, our general manager of TV One. If you would join us now.
Thank you, Ms. H. Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. I am so thrilled to celebrate the 40th year history of Radio One and our annual Urban One Honors. I'm especially excited to celebrate our fearless leader, Miss Cathy Hughes. Isn't she amazing?
Yes.
So we need to tell her story one day, and one day we will. We are going to tell the Cathy Hughes story because it is an amazing story.
Okay, I got witnesses.
Oh, yeah. You do have a lot of witnesses. So it is my honor to work for such an amazing leader and a champion for women and for black culture, as you just heard. Ms. Hughes is a media trailblazer who has broken barriers as a woman and as an African American within the industry. She has had countless successes, including being the first woman to own a radio station that was ranked #1 in the market, in a major market. And she is the first and still the only African American woman to chair a publicly held company. Most recently, and I had the pleasure of being there to see her make history again as the first African-American woman inducted into the esteemed National Broadcasters, NABJ, Broadcasters Hall of Fame for Radio. Yeah, you can clap for that. Ms. Hughes has provided countless opportunities of employment for black people and mentored numerous women, myself included. She is an advocate for the black media agenda and a purveyor of black culture, and she is unapologetically, as she said, in the black people business. And she often says it, and so does my boss, Alfred Liggins, and now I'm saying it. TV One is in the black people business. I have the good fortune to also witness her black girl magic every single day in these halls and in the boardroom at Urban One through her leadership, her sharp business acumen, and passion for the company that she birthed over 40 years ago. So I'd like to say a special thank you to Miss Hughes for being a true supporter of me and allowing me to continue the TV1 mission to represent the richness of the Black culture. So, speaking of magic, as we are honoring Black excellence with this star-studded Urban One Honors, the show will air, as Alfred said, on January 20th, 2020. That's 1/20/2020. And that is the MLK holiday. It'll be a commemoration to remember the achievement of Black and brown people. Thank you all again for being a part of today's event, and I want to give you a sneak peek of how we'll represent at this year's Urban One Honors. Again, mark your calendar, January 20th, 2020. You can roll the tape.
Good morning, you're on WALE in Washington, D.C.
Good morning, Cathy.
This really is the essence of what self-determination should be all about.
This evening is all about celebrating the best and brightest individuals.
Hello, hello. I feel appreciated and most of all loved.
The living legend, Mr. Tom Joy.
Thank you so much. This is incredible. Whatever you believe in, just put your heart into it.
Thank you so much. We represent the very best of us.
So it's now my pleasure to introduce to you the visionary behind Urban One Honors. She's the Vice President of Programming for Radio One, another powerful woman in charge. As such, she is the first woman to hold the position for Urban One. Please welcome Kashawn Powell.
Good morning. It's truly an honor and privilege to be on the Urban One team led by such a visionary as our founder, Miss Cathy Hughes. I could go on and on about her, but what resonates most with me is the many doors that she has kicked down so that people like me, the first female VP of programming for Radio One, could realize our dreams. A few years ago, I had the idea that we could create a show celebrating the Black excellence that Urban One and Miss Hughes represents. Last year, my idea came to fruition with our first Urban One Honors. This year's show is even more special as we celebrate 40 years of Radio One. The taping will be Thursday, December 5th at the theater at MGM National Harbor, and it will be a night to remember. I want to also remind everyone that tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. And now I want to welcome some of our Radio One air personalities. First up, we have nationally syndicated morning show host Russ Parr, who can be heard weekday mornings on Magic 102.3 and 92.7. This next guy you can hear in the afternoons on 93.9 WKYS and also in Baltimore, 92Q. Quicksilver. And last but certainly not least, our star at night on WKYS, Little Bacon Bear.
All right, and now the moment you've been waiting for. The honorees for this year's Urban One Honors include the honoree for the Lifetime Achievement Award is SYLVIA RHONE, Chairwoman and CEO of Epic Records. She's revered as the most influential female executive in the history of the music business.
The honoree for Music Innovation Award is Grammy Award-winning rapper, singer, and songwriter, Miss Missy Elliott.
Good morning, everybody. The honoree for Represent Proud Award is actor, dancer, and star pose, Ryan Jamal SWAIN, who's celebrating with us here today. Please stand, Ryan. Where are you, Ryan?
This year's Urban One Honors performers are Grammy Award-winning recording artist and songwriter Neo.
Of course, our hometown native and Grammy-nominated rapper, WALE.
Grammy Award-winning R&B superstar BRANDY, who also was an honoree last year and received the Cathy Hughes Excellence Award.
R&B singer BENÉT.
And I'm excited to introduce our next performer, Mr. Jack Ross, as he is the latest discovery from super producer Rodney Jerkins, and he's being hailed as the next Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye, and he's here with us today. Jack Ross, where you at?
And finally, we'll be blessed with a musical performance from the stellar award-winning gospel artist, Pastor Charles Jenkins.
Tito Jackson will come out and do a 20-minute... This year's Urban One Honors presenters include Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award-winning performer Billy Porter, who will represent the Pride Award to Ryan Jamal SWAIN.
And as promised, we have a star-studded lineup for this year's show, and we'll have more exciting surprises over the next coming weeks.
And last but not least, please welcome back Ms. Hughes to introduce some very special guests that we have with us today. And we all want to say thank you, Ms. Hughes, for everything that you've done for all of us. We appreciate you so much.
All right, since I was in traffic for 3 hours, okay, I got special guests. Ryan and Jack are here, I know that. Okay, where are we? Thank you very much, where are we? Okay, oh, I get to introduce my, thank you so much. A couple things, you know, when I was bragging about this in my first press conference, a lot of folks who hadn't signed their contracts got them back in overnight because they didn't want me busting them out this morning with you all present. Okay, they're like press support and press. I'll call their publicists, get the damn papers in, okay, overnight, because you know she'll bust us out. Two individuals that need no busting out who are traveling from Los Angeles. I'm just so thrilled. Many of you saw The Black Godfather. I'm honored to say that Clarence Avant is my real godfather, and I'm his only female godchild. All the rest of the fellas who saw I challenged him, I was like, I know I'm a little old to be trying to get adopted, but all your children are males except for your daughter Nicole. He said, yeah, that's the reason, because Nicole is territorial. But Clarence Avant and his wife, the woman who's made it possible for him to be the Black Godfather, will be traveling along with Jamie Foxx and his daughter from Los Angeles. Jamie is going to perform for me. I love Jamie, and he has been so supportive over the years, and he was one of those ones in the middle of the night. He said, when you speak of my participation, you'll be able to say, I will be there. There are other surprises that are in store. One of the things that's very special to me that's going to take place over the 40-year history. I was involved with the family of James Ingram. Debbie is my sister, James Ingram's my brother. Over the years, those of you who have attended our functions, James performed. He would fly in from China if necessary, not to miss a Radio 1 function. As you well know, we lost him earlier this year. And it's been very amazing to me since his passing how many individuals are not fully aware of the incredible contribution that he made to the music industry. A lot of people don't know that he's the first artist ever to win a Grammy without a record. Most people don't know that he has written some of the biggest hits that we've enjoyed